In the last episode of Team Me My 4-Wheel Drive, we flew the drone around Broughton's waterhole and nearly ran out of batteries right next to a swarm of bees. We then headed down the east-west track in the Western Block and up Mount Moffat Road onto the South Australian border, where Gus and I had a bit of fun in our 4-wheel drives. In this episode, we head down the South Australian border and race back along the east-west track to try and find my missing camera. We then head back to Broughton's waterhole where we may camp for the night. Now, travelling down the border track along the South Australia Victorian border has been on my bucket list for a very long time. And in fact, it's probably one of the main reasons why I wanted to come up here to Little Desert National Park. Once we actually got on the track though, I realised it's pretty much the same as every other track in the park. A little bit sandy, a couple of little small hills to get over, but more or less the same as everywhere else. I'm glad I did it, but I don't know that I need to necessarily go through and do it again. What I do love about the track though is the constantly changing scenery. As you can see, it's thick scrub, it's less scrub, it's plain lands. It's just amazing. I'm really glad that we got up here to Little Desert National Park. Anyway, we went down the border, and as we got to the end, we decided it was getting late in the day, and we pretty much covered everything that I wanted to do with the trip. So we decided to take a left, head back down the east-west track and try to find my camera along the way. We did a mad dash, and yeah, it was pretty crazy. I didn't film it, probably a good thing because we did go a little bit fast coming back down there, but yeah, we headed out of the Western Block and decided to head back to Broughton's, where we decided we'd camp for the night.
Well, it's hard work for some of us. We just came back along the east-west track. Was hoping to find my lost camera that fell off the car, but no such luck. The other two are still behind me, so yeah, there's always that small chance, but yeah, I don't think so. Anyway, we're going to find somewhere to camp because it's beer o'clock, and well, you know, we don't want to be late for beer o'clock, and yeah, we need to find somewhere to camp. Alright, we'll find somewhere to camp and maybe speak to you back at camp, maybe not. I don't know, we'll see. Well, this is camp. This is where we're going to be for the night. We came back to Broughton's waterhole in the end. Had a bit of a look at some of the Western Block area. Wasn't really anywhere to camp, and well, this is kind of a well set up camp. They do have some camping spots over there in the trees, but to be honest, they're pretty crap spots. They're under a lot of tree branches and that sort of thing, and the fire pits weren't good, and so we looked around. We went, well, the lake's down, and couldn't pick a better spot than that. Already we've had a kangaroo just wander into camp and wander through, come through and get a drink, and yeah, it was pretty cool. So anyway, that's home for the night. Pretty well set up. Bit of everything going there. T's done her homework, as she has to do now, and the rest of us are sitting down and enjoying beer o'clock. Burritos for dinner tonight. Well, I'm having burritos anyway. We'll see how the others go. And yeah, maybe we'll speak to you later on, or speak to you tomorrow. Enjoy.
Broden's ended up being a fantastic campsite for the night, and almost really the highlight for the trip. We created a small little fire on the banks of the waterhole and crashed for the night, and most of us didn't wake up until about 9 o'clock the next morning, which is really unheard of. We then cooked up an absolute feast on the open fire, bacon and eggs, and packed down camp probably around about 11 o'clock before we actually hit the road again. It was a slow go, but none of us wanted to leave Broden's. It was fantastic. Thanks for watching T, me and my four-wheel drive. Hope you enjoyed the new shorter version of our episodes. If you did, please like it and subscribe to our channel. It really would mean the world to T and me. Join us in the next episode as we head south out of Broden's and down to the southern border, where we found some very soft sand and decided to head back to the McDonald Highway and out of the central block. Again, we tried the southern border tracks, but they were far too soft, and we headed back into the eastern block and along the more main tracks, where we had a lot of fun. We then headed up the Wimmera River and finished our trip in Dimboola. T, me and my four-wheel drive was proudly brought to you by Fox, the new name in mowing and gardening, and Cooper's Session Ale, my drink of choice this summer.